And this is the monologue which I wrote about my recent hospital experience, and thanks everyone for the card. It was beautiful. And it's got a title. It's called The Hoo-Ha About My Hoo-Ha. After a relatively uneventful decade of menopause, with a permanently cracked head gasket, my bottom end finally went. Finding myself on a gynae ward, it was refreshing that my neighbour was an apprentice mechanic. Instead of the usual gynae ward conversation, we talked cars, as our other roommates outdid each other with gruesome childbirth stories, survival from surgical bloodfests, and anecdotes about distant relatives who were found to have 3 wombs, a spare vagina, and had to wear a truss. After expressing our admiration for German and Japanese engineering, I regaled her with horror stories of old bangers from my past and the worst possible locations where they had left me stranded after the inevitable breakdown. We bonded as we bitched about and sneered at Skoda owners and laughed at the idea of traversing Hard Knot Pass in a 1 litre. Sadly, my new friend was discharged a couple of days in. And around this time, I ran out of longer garments, so there were only very short nighties left to wear. Prancing about the ward in these mini dresses, coupled with these black surgical knee-length stockings worn to prevent blood clots, it gave me the aura of an extra in a really crap bargain basement porno film. The highlight of the experience, though, was seeing the inside of my uterus on TV. The spectacle of this made me forget the sight of my akimbo legs. Had my knees always looked like that? I was transfixed by the screen. It was like the inside of a sodding TARDIS. How had I managed to cart that around all these years? I'd always envied people who had room for a conservatory and utility room. Talk about wasted opportunities. The contents were something to behold, all right. It was like a fairy grotto, with a dusting of glitter, no doubt from some ill-advised vajazzle session. A couple of ping-pong balls. My God, I don't remember getting off my chops anywhere in the Far East. An old diaphragm. I always wondered where that went. I had nowhere to put my keys without scratching the table for ages. And inevitably sand, from Rill. You know how it is with sand, it gets everywhere. And if anybody tells you getting amorous on a beach is romantic, take my advice. Batter them with your deck chair and run like hell. Do I have any regrets? Well, yes, 2 come to mind. Rill, and 2, not exploiting my ping pong ball talents. Thank you.